be about family relationships. Specifically, so our topic is going to focus on the topic of siblings, our brothers and sisters in our family. Now, many of you may have siblings that are older or younger, and they all have a very special relationship to you. And some of you might be only children, meaning you don't have any siblings. There are many different types of families around the world, and everybody has a different relationship, whether positive or negative, with their siblings. Let's look at a few interesting sibling relationships from history. First, there were two famous brands of shoes that were created from one family, but they were created not out of a joint effort, but because of a sibling rivalry. Yes, because of two brothers who had a conflict with one of each other, the result was two completely different brands of shoes that both became famous in their own time. So, can you guess which brands of shoes they are? Is it Nike and Adidas, Puma and DC, Puma and Adidas, or Nike and DC? The answer is Puma and Adidas. There are two brothers that grew up in Germany. One was named Rudolf and the other was named Adolf, and they started a shoe company together. But over time, they started having some conflicts inside their houses, and so they eventually split up and started their own company. First, you have Rudolf, who made Puma, and it was originally called Ruda to be a short form of his name. Similarly, Adidas is actually the name of Adolf, name shortened Adidas. So no, it does not mean all day I dream about soccer. It is actually the shortened version of Adi Dassler. So even though they had a terrible rivalry, both brands of shoes went on to become extremely famous internationally, especially due to the sport of football. Let's talk about another group of siblings. The famous Michael Jackson.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the door.
Spent his whole life being a performer. And in fact, he got his start when he was in a performing group with his siblings. Do you know the name of this group? Was it Jackson 3, Jackson 4, Jackson 5, or Jackson 6? The answer is the Jackson 5. Michael Jackson was actually the 8th of 9 children in the Jackson family. And here, he and 4 of his brothers created a performance group. Over time, all of them had different solo careers, but only Michael's carried on to the level that it reached until his death. So, now that we're talking about siblings and our relationships, let's look at the order at which people are born in. We have different vocabulary related to this. So for the firstborn, you can say they're also the oldest child or the eldest child. You can say, I am the oldest in my family. I am the eldest. I am the firstborn. The second child can also be the middle child. And then when we talk about the lastborn, we can also refer to as the baby of the family. Also, there can be an only child, meaning that you don't have any siblings. There's only one child in the nuclear family. Today's reading passage is going to talk about how the order you are born in may affect the personality you have. So look at the picture here. We have two boys playing with pillows. They seem close in age. And let's imagine what might happen if a third child were to be born into their family. Skim the article quickly to find the answer about what possibly could happen when a new baby is added to a family that already has two children. Let's get started. All right, if you skim through the article, you'll be able to find where it says, when another baby arrives, the second child becomes the middle child, and they may lose a sense of who they are. Okay, so this is interesting. The second child becomes the middle child. Now, why does this matter? Well, now you get to read the whole passage and find out. Here you have 8 statements, and you will need to place them in the article in the correct spot. So you'll notice throughout the passage, you will have A through E. 3 of these will not be used in the passage. So read very carefully. Let's get started.